Hello everyone, my name is Hassamuddin, or just simply call me Sam. Today we are going to talk about the emotion classification or detection and sentiment analysis. Let's take a look at what we are going to discuss in order. What is the difference between emotion detection and sentiment analysis? What is the main emotions that are agreed upon universally? And why emotion detection is useful? What is a different technique that we can use to detect emotion in text? For example, lexicon-based method and deep learning method. Let's start. What is the difference between emotion detection and sentiment analysis? When we work with sentiment analysis, usually we will try to find the polarity of something. For example, we have a product. Our user leave review on this product. Based on this review, we can understand is a product is good or not, based on the how negative or positive is the reviews. Not like trying to figure how they feel. But when we're working on emotion, we dive a little bit deeper. We're trying to figure what kind of emotion the user have. Anger, fear, joy, disgust. Let me explain it like this. There is a model called the circumplex model created by Posner. Posner put the emotion on 2D plane. On the x-axis we get the pleasant and unpleasant emotion. On the y-axis how intense and active this emotion. For example, let's look at relaxed. Relaxed is a positive emotion but with low activation for the intensity of the emotion. In another example, stress. It's a high emotion but it's negative. Sentiments analysis only focus on the x-axis of the emotion. For example, let's say a review. From -10 to a 10, how positive or negative it is. This is sentiment analysis. When we do emotion detection, we are looking for the entire circle. But according to Paul Ekman, an American psychologist, there is a 6 universal emotion agreed about around the world. Sadness, disgust, and anger, fear, surprise, and happiness. Why is emotion detection useful? For example, if you wanted to automate the process of knowing how users feel about your product or brand, looking at reviews and social media comments, or even use it to find complaints from customers that got faulty product. Might be even useful for finding sales lead, like user asking on social media more information about product or is it available. I'm gonna give you also a real life example that used today. Netflix. Use emotion detection actually to recommend more movies and TV shows to users. For example, if a user watch a lot of comedies, Netflix will recommend even more comedies and TV shows to make them happy. Amazon use emotion detection to improve user customer service. If a user leaves a negative review on a product, Amazon will use emotion detection to identify what kind of emotion that the user feeling and gather more information to improve the product or the services. Last one, Facebook, which is the most famous one. Facebook use emotion detection to identify and remove harmful and hate speech content from its platform. For example, if a user left on a post a comment that have a threatening or hateful, Facebook will automatically detect it and identify the emotion behind it and remove it if it hate speech or harmful. Okay, right now let's compare different methods. First one, a lexicon-based method. I want you to imagine that lexicon is like a special dictionary that helps computers to understand emotion in text. We can think of it as looking up word in this dictionary and figure how someone feel or what they are talking about. One of the most famous library right now is NRCLX. Let's talk about the positive and the negative part of the lexicon-based method. It's easy to understand and give quick results, and it can be used in real time. Lexicon-based analysis is pretty straightforward. There is no anything difficult about it. Let's talk about the negative and cons of lexicon method. It have a limited context. Sometimes it miss the emotion of what do you mean. For example, if I said I am so hot, I am on fire, Lexicon might think you are actually on fire. It have a limited words. It doesn't understand other words if it didn't get trained on. And it also lack in the complex emotion analysis. Let's look at deep learning. Deep learning is like training a computer brain to understand emotion text. It's sort of like teaching it to read between the lines and what people feel and say. Imagine you're training your dog to recognize few words like sit or run or fetch. Deep learning is doing something similar but with computer with a lot of data. Some of the most famous used method in this emotion detection is LSTM, long short term memory, and BERT, bidirectional encoder representation from transformers, and USE, not USA, USE, it's universal sentence encoder. Let's talk about the pros and cons of the deep learning. The pros of it understand better. It have more aware of what the text mean, and it also capture the complex emotion. It can work also with different language. The bad part about it needs a lot of examples, so it can be trained and understand correctly. Because the more data that you give it, the better it will be. It's more complex, of course, because deep learning. It takes time to create something very good. But thank God we already have a couple of models that already doing good outside. In the next video, we will start to create with Python the lexicon code based and continue after it with a deep learning method. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned something new.